Hawthorne, California is a long way from where Lieutenant Robbie Williams grew up.
How you guys doing today?
So too is the badge and uniform.
One of the perspectives I had as a young man growing up in East Texas was a distrust of police.
Leaving Texas for the military and eventually becoming a cop, he remembered that distrust of police.
I go out of my way to make sure that every encounter I have with a citizen is going to be embedded with respect. I was reading your essay.
Now, Robbie works with On a Mission, a Los Angeles area mentoring program. And next month, he will escort 21 students to Beijing on an educational trip. Alex Hawkins and Nick Martinez are going.
It's a really big change, and I tried bringing that back here so I can have probably a change in myself and others.
I want to be able to experience and get the most out of going.
What is it you want for these kids?
For them to get out of their comfort zone, understand the influence that Americans have all around the world. By going to China, they're going to have an opportunity of seeing that firsthand. And
his passion is fueled by his own son, who died from leukemia at the age of 10.
Every single day I think of him, and every time I interact with young people, I think about what my son would be doing now. He really taught us some lessons as a family about how we can do better.
A lesson Robbie is determined to pay forward.
I hope that this trip winds up being the fuel that launches these young people into greatness, whatever that greatness is.
Serving and protecting not just as a policeman, but as a role model, too. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.